Horse racing is indeed the sport of kings, and it flourishes in a fascinating variety of countries. Racing weaves its way through cultures and nations like France, England, Turkey, South Africa, and Russia. Racetracks range from exotic venues on tiny islands in the Indian Ocean to modern-day marvels in the Middle East. Join me as we go racing around the world to find the most famous and the most foreign racecourses on the planet. On our way, we will stay in luxurious hotels and dine on world-class cuisine, while enjoying exclusive access to racecourses near and far. We will see the sights, experience the cultures, and tour the cities that make each destination one of a kind. Come on, let's go racing. In this episode, we go racing in Buenos Aires, Argentina. This is a vibrant city combining European style with Latin charm. Some of the best racehorses in the world are bred in Argentina, and horses are part of everyday culture. In addition to a vibrant race scene, Argentines enjoy polo, a local sport called pato, and show jumping. With such a big horse population, racing takes place every single day here at Palermo, La Plata, or San Isidro Racecourse. Bienvenidos a Argentina. Welcome to Argentina. I'm Carolyn Conley. We're here at San Isidro Racecourse, about 13 kilometers from Buenos Aires. San Isidro is the biggest racecourse in the Americas at 1.75 miles around. Later this week, Argentina's Indy Point will carry the weight of his country in the Carlos Pellegrini. This superstar won the Gran Premio Nacional last month, which is the Derby of Argentina. On Saturday, he will face not only the top Brazilian 3-year-olds, but take on the best older horses from all of South America. We will keep an eye on Indy Point this week, but first, let's check in, relax, and explore Buenos Aires. One of the best places to stay in Buenos Aires is the Palacio Duo. It is here in Recoleta and has the traditional Belle Epic style that's so commonly found here in Buenos Aires. Now, this was originally a residence, and Park Hyatt Buenos Aires combined this residence with a more modern structure to create a modern yet traditional feel right here in the heart of the city. The Oak Bar at Palacio Duo is among the most popular meeting places for business or leisure. The oak panels lining the room once belonged to a 17th century castle in Normandy, France, and depict flowers, medallions, and medieval legends such as St. George and the Dragon. Giving Buenos Aires its nickname, the Paris of South America, the Belle Epoque architecture continues at nearby Palermo Racecourse. I met up with Antonio Bullrich, president of the Racing Commission, to find out more about this historic and gorgeous racecourse.
This track started in 1876, and that's when we started racing, and it was non-stop till this day. It's very important for the city of Buenos Aires. It's the social meeting point for all the people, and this was the place to be. This paddock's got a lot of history. There's a picture of Carlos Gardel, who's the legend of Argentina tango singer. He loved coming to Palermo with his very close friend, the best jockey ever, called Leguizamo. I would say to all people that come to Buenos Aires, it's a must to come here. Not only for the beauty of the place, for the entertainment. 8 restaurants in the place, they have the slot machines, but the best is the racing, the atmosphere and the beauty of the place. And also it's the heart of Buenos Aires. They'll see a lot of good things in here, and if they like racing, even better.
Most of us make a fuss over the sort of boots we wear to ride horses. Here in Argentina, the galopadores can't be bothered. They just slip on a pair of alpargatas and swing onto the bareback pad. No saddle required. Alpargatas are a typical shoe worn by the rural population of Argentina. They are also the design after which entrepreneur Blake Mycoskie based his global shoe company, Tom's. Watching the early morning workouts at the track is half the fun of going racing. At San Isidro, the training facility is a series of 5 tracks, one inside the next. Groups of horses stand patiently near the outside rail and wait for their turn to go through their paces. Indy Point looks great this morning and appears to be in very good form. Perhaps the local cuisine is giving him an edge.
This is alfalfa.
From the local fields?
Yeah, local fields. They cut almost every day and bring fresh to us.
It's soft, it's fresh,
this is fresh.
It's not dry. The horses here have a distinct look. Many of them have roached manes and wear a hood that fastens around their throat, called a pesquisera. Some say that the pesquisera was originally used to keep the flies away. Others say that it was soaked in cold water and put on horses to keep them cool. Ultimately, it seems that pesquisera's only real purpose is helping trainers identify a particular horse galloping in the distance. Through the best of care, Argentina produces hardy and talented racehorses, and it all starts with the breeding. Farms, or aras in Argentina, are vast expanses of land, and their names often reflect the loftiest of ideals.
And the particular case of Aras Firmamento is the owner's passion. He named the farm on Firmamento, which is the sky, because he said that's something unattainable. That should be our goal, but we know that we are not going to reach that goal. But on a daily basis, the effort is to be trying to reach that goal. So that's the name of Firmamento. Here we have basically the prairies, a long old European culture. Weather, big prairies, and well, a lot of love for the horse.
Aras Firmamento has been the leading breeder in Argentina for 10 of the last 12 years. Guests and buyers at the Sales Prep and Training Division are received here in this special pavilion, usually referred to as El Tattersall. While enjoying beverages and sitting amongst the trophies and photos of Aras Firmamento, buyers have the opportunity to see the horses up close and analyze their conformation before making the expensive decisions. Shopping for horses is as good as it gets, but if you would like to add to your wardrobe, there's no better local shop than Cardone. I love to go shopping here at Cardone. I think the saddles draw me in, but it's that polo feel, that equestrian influence, but it's all Argentina. Gauchos and ponchos and handbags and shoes. The leather goods are gorgeous, and it's so easy to drop a few pesos. Cardone has over 100 stores now that can't be found outside of Argentina. The company embraces the tradition of Argentine clothing, and the beautiful silver work includes many antique pieces that each have a story. The leather clothing includes goods consisting of sheep, buffalo, goat, chamois, and red deer leathers. Buenos Aires is the most human of cities, flawed and full of contradictions. The history of the porteños is rich with political turmoil, the government notoriously reinventing itself every 15 years or so. Riot police are constantly at the ready to quell demonstrations in the streets or the Plaza de Mayo. This deep passion for country defines these uprisings, and Argentines are driven to express themselves with politics on the tip of everyone's tongue. Like Washington, D.C., the leader of Argentina works in a distinct house, named for its color, but here, it's pink. This is the Casa Rosada, the presidential palace here in Buenos Aires. Now, it gets its pink color from ox blood being added to the whitewash to thicken the mix and give it that hue. This was common practice back in the 1860s to 1870s. Now, presidents over the years have given many speeches from these central upper balconies, but Juan and Eva Perón had a desire to be closer to the people, so they actually spoke from the lower balcony. This is the same site that Madonna was seen playing Eva Perón in the film Evita, and Peronis actually protested her role, fearing that it may tarnish the image of Saint Evita. Incidentally, Eva Perón is buried in Buenos Aires at the Cementerio de Recoleta, not far from the first president of the Jockey Club of Argentina, Carlos Pellegrini, the namesake of our race later this week. Race day has finally arrived. Today is the 124th running of the Gran Premio Carlos Pellegrini. This is a day of history and celebration in Argentina, and 3-year-olds have won the Pellegrini 71 times, or 57% of the time. Now, there are 9 3-year-olds in this year's edition, including the top 3 finishers from the Argentine Derby, or the Gran Premio Nacional, across town at Palermo Racecourse. The winner, Indy Point, is in top form. He is the 7-2 favorite, but no Pellegrini takes place without a tough Brazilian contingent. We have an entry of 2 top Brazilian 4-year-olds, Didimo and Cara de Birigui. The Gran Premio Carlos Pellegrini takes place at San Isidro Racecourse, which is owned by the Argentine Jockey Club, and I'm with the president of the Argentine Jockey Club, Enrique Oliveira, former mayor of Buenos Aires. Enrique, how important is the Pellegrini to Argentina?
It's a very important race. It's a traditional race. It's a century-old race. So it's maybe the most important race in Argentina. And maybe, let me say, maybe the most important race in South America.
So tell me who your pick is today.
I think Indy Point is the horse of the race. You know, he's doing great, better every time. He looks great in the Jockey Club and the Nacional, the last 2 Triple Crown legs.
And who do you like in the Pellegrini?
You want me to burn them? I like Indy Point. I think he's a horse that is on top of, at least of the horses of Argentina. He should win. He should be the best from Argentina. And I like the 2 Brazilian horses, Didimo and the horse that yes, Cara de Birigui. Yes, those for me, those are the 3.
They're racing in the Carlos Pellegrini, and as they emerge through the first furlong, there's early speed out wide from Storm Rancher in the red cap, and now Cara de Birigui has swept through. Indy Point is very prominently poised in the yellow cap. He's 3 wide, a joint 4th, only 3 lengths off the lead. Didimo is a little worse than midfield, has about 12 lengths to make up as they sweep into the turn. Coming on to the bend now, and Cara de Birigui has the lead by 1 length. Storm Rancher is second, Tormentoso Moro the inside is third, joined by Indy Point as they approach the home turn. Didimo is strung up behind them, the red with yellow cap towards the inside with 7 lengths to make up on the turn for home, with about 600 metres or 3/8 of a mile to go. And on the outside, Indy Point making runs together. Coming through also strongly is Zaide Isaac towards the inside in the blue shadow roll. Course alone, Didimo down the outside, and Di Giorgio is chiming in. Indy Point is the leader. Here's Going Somewhere bursting through on his inside. It's Going Somewhere. Indy Point followed by Didimo. Going Somewhere on the inside has surged to the lead. And Going Somewhere, sparkling in the Pellegrini, lowers the colours of Indy Point with Didimo third and Di Giorgio fourth.
Well, Going Somewhere certainly is, taking the Gran Premio Carlos Pellegrini, just 3 years old and emerging on the scene. I'm standing by with his owner and breeder, Benjamin Stanbrook from Aras Philipsen. You were facing Derby winners. You were facing an Argentine Derby winner in Indy Point, a Brazilian Derby winner, and some top-class older horses. Your horse was unproven. Did you have this kind of expectation of his ability?
Yes, because we know that the horse is for the long run. And we have the feeling that he will go successful. You need a very strong horses, and this is the case of this horse, Going Somewhere.
Well, we look forward to seeing more of you. Benjamin Stanbrook, congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Going Somewhere proves himself, taking the Gran Premio Carlos Pellegrini. I'm your host, Carolyn Conley. Join me in our next edition of Racing Around the World as we follow Going Somewhere back to Brazil and explore Rio de Janeiro and Hipódromo de Gávea. Ciao!